So, Smogon apparently said that there was no such thing as an Ubers tier in 5th gen yet. Well, myself and Rick beg to differ here. Today, for you, I have a 5th gen Ubers game against Dangerous36M. Took it last night on his live stream. And he was bored, and no one was battling him. So I was like, you know what, Rick, I made an Ubers team today, so let's do it. So I kind of went with a sort of pseudo-Sun team, and he's just got a bunch of dudes who he thinks are freaking awesome. So, lead off with Groudon and set up my Sun. Lugia, I'm not really quite sure what it wants to do. I'm going to go for the T-Wave straight off the bat. Probably Toxic would be better on a Lugia, seeing as it is very bulky, but it is fast also, so getting a Thunder Wave is no bad thing. Here, I think he's going to switch out, and I'm going to just set up my Stealth Rock. Unfortunately for me, he's actually carrying a Fortress in Ubers, which is very useful because in the Ubers metagame there really isn't anything which goes for Rapid Spin that often, so Fori is invaluable. So here I don't actually have anything to hit him with. I don't carry the Fire Punch. I think I've got Dragon Claw and Earthquake. I thought Dragon Claw would be more valuable in Ubers, seeing as there's so many dragons around. So I'm going to switch in to my first awesome new guy, which is Reshiram, who is a Flazer, and I just made up that word because it sounds like flame and laser, and it's just cool. Anyways, this thing is choice spexed. It is modest, and no, it's not. It's timid. It's timid. Sorry, it's timid, and it has massive special attack. I think it's base 150. Dragon and Fire Stab, perhaps the best stab you can get in the game, unresisted by everything, and it is unresisted by everything because its ability is Turbo Blaze. Now, what Turbo Blaze does is it makes other abilities nullified. So if Heatran switched in, it would not get a Flash Fire boost from a fire move. It would just take it to the face and most likely die. So at this point, Rick is kind of thinking whether he wants to stay in and take the fire move, or whether to switch out to something to take the fire move, essentially. I, in fact, am going to predict him to switch here, and I'm going to go for the Draco Meteor, which is perfect because he switches in a Kyogre, and that thing is going to get wrecked in the face. I was just so happy because Specs, and what? Look at that. Look how much it lives with. I was unbelievably gobsmacked when that lived. That was kind of crazy. I don't really understand, but probably because I'm timid and not modest, the fact that he lived that Draco Meteor. In any case, I do not want to take a stab Surf in the rain or any kind of other water move that he wants to throw at my face, so I am going to switch out here. I believe I go to Zekrom. No, I do. I go to my TARDIS. I remade TARDIS for 5th gen because he's just that awesome. This TARDIS doesn't carry Stealth Rock or anything. It's slightly different set because Groudon has Stealth Rock, but it's still very cool. Unfortunately for me, he does get the Thunder Para Hacks. Really not that big a deal. I mean, I am generally quite slow. I mean, the Para Hacks could be quite annoying in the long run, but it's not going to make a huge amount of difference. Going to go for the Dragon Pulse here as he switches to Mewtwo, and it does a lot. This is a interesting Dialga set, mainly because it is modest, but it also has a lot of bulk invested, so it can take hits as well as deal them out, which is something I'm always a big fan of. Now, he is going to go for the Aura Sphere here. I know I can live it just because of my special defense investment. I'm going to go for the Metal Burst, which would have been able to take him out. Unfortunately, I get Power Haxed, and I'm not able to go for that Metal Burst, which is kind of a pain. Metal Burst is basically Counter and Mirror Coat in one move. It's a Steel type move. Basically, if you get hit by an attack, then it will reflect back the damage at your opponent. In any case, I'm going to leave TARDIS as death fodder. Rocks are up, so there's not much point in switching. I would just lose myself HP on another guy. But at this point, his Reflect wears off, which is very nice for me. It means that I can bring in a physical attacker and, you know, help myself out in some way. I decide in the end to go to my Deoxys Speed, you could mistake that for Deoxys Speed this generation, because Deoxys Defense fucking went on slim fast. Look at it. I'm not even kidding, because it was fat as fuck in Gen 4. Not even that, like, I did not really believe that. In any case, he is going to go for the Ice Beam, which is not going to do jack shit to me, mainly because I have a ton of defenses. And I'm going to get off my light screen. Now, he does bring in Zekrom, which is badass and has a lot of attack. I think it's base 150 attack. However, I think I am going to live with my Deoxys defense, so I decide to stay in. I'm not sure if you're going to go for an Outrage or any special hit, but I think I can live a physical Dragon Claw. So I'm going to cut to a live clip here, and this is what happens.
Please live, please Dale, please, please, please.
Oh, you fucking man! Yes! Oh, you're a man! Fucking love you. Okay, so as you can see, Deoxys lives on 5 HP, and that was hella awesome. This turns out to be quite a theme for this match. I tend to live with a lot more, I just tend to live in general, unexpectedly. However, I do manage to get the Reflect off in that time, just before he's able to take me out with a second Dragon Claw, which is really nice. It means I can send in my own Zekrom, and I am not afraid whatsoever of his Dragon Claw, because I have Reflect and I know I can take it. Now, I'm running a mixed Zekrom. I have Draco Meteor plus 3 physical attacks, I believe. Draco Meteor just there because it is so useful and it just has too much power to pass up on. This is actually a speed tie here. We're both timid, or no, we're both plus speed nature. I'm naive because I have both physical attacks and special attacks. But yeah, so I'm going to go for Draco Meteor. I am going to outspeed him, and fortunately I do win the speed tie, so take him out. Now, in comes Fortress, who can be a pain in the ass, and I'm going to go for the physical fusion bolt here. Doesn't do a lot at all. I was really surprised at how little that did, seeing of Zekrom's offensive power. I have a Life Orb as well. It's stabbed, it's base 100, so yeah, that was kind of disappointing. I am going to switch out to my Groudon here, hoping to get my Stealth Rocks back up, because as you can see, he just was able to spin them away, and as you can see, that Gyro Ball did nothing. It did absolutely nothing, in full reference. Anyway, so here comes Lugia. And I do go for the Earthquake. He predicts that nicely, and this is where things kind of get annoying for me. I go for my Stealth Rock, and he sets up his screens. I believe he has Light Clay on his Lugia, because I have Light Clay on my Deoxys defense, mainly, you know, just to make sure those screens last as long as possible. But he's going to get his Light Screen up, and now he's going to get his Reflect up as well, which really is a huge pain in the ass. It's really annoying. It's something I'm just going to have to break through and hopefully stall out. Just hopefully try and stall it out as much as possible. So Zekrom is going to have the super effective Stab Fusion Bolt, and because of Zekrom's ability, which is practically the same as Reshiram's, it's I think it's Terravolt it's called. Because of that ability, I am able to break through his I can't even remember what his ability is called, but it's the one that Dragonite has, which multi-scale, which stops moves being that very effective. But he is going to switch to Fortress here as I go for the Fusion Bolt and take myself out with Life Orb damage, which is kind of annoying. As you could see there, I lived his Ice Beam with 2 HP, again following the theme of me living with tiny amounts of HP. I did have a live clip of me there, but it wasn't really that funny because I wasn't saying anything. It was more Rick just going mad, and seeing as I had my headphones in, you can't hear him on my narration. So I'm going to go into my danger, which is my Ho-Oh, and in the sun, Ho-Oh wrecks face, people, not even going to lie. It's very, very potentially useful in many areas of thing. So here I am actually going to predict his switch to Zekrom and go for an Earthquake, thinking that he would be able to resist a fire move, but he actually stays in and rapid spins my rocks, which is like, could have had an opportune moment to get rid of Fortress and make sure I stay up with rocks, keep my rocks on the field. Unfortunately doesn't happen. Now I do go for the Roost here. He was kicking himself because he goes for a Payback instead of switching or instead of doing anything else. So Payback's not going to do anything to me, and now I am going to be able to just go for the Sacred Fire and hit him. Here he does switch and he goes to Arceus, which I was hella scared of, but thankfully Sacred Fire hits, gets the burn. Now as you can see, Sacred Fire in the sun should have OHKO'd him. He does, however, still have the Reflect up. You've got to keep that in mind, so Reflect saved him there. Unfortunately I do get the burn. Then again, the burn is 50% chance, so it really isn't that much of a, you know, a surprise that it happened. Extreme Speed is going to take me down really low, and I kind of made an error here. I should have roosted. I could have Life Orb stalled him out, I guess, in the long run, and Extreme Speed really was not doing too much to me thanks to the burn. Unfortunately, now I'm left at 83 and I'm open to attack from his Kyogre, so really I don't want to switch out Ho-Oh. Rocks are up. I don't really know what to go to here because I'm going to need something to take this Kyogre out. I'm looking at my team, I'm thinking I don't have too many guys left who are going to be that useful against him, so I've got to just kind of pray that I live this hit. I do have base 154 special defense, so hopefully I do, and this is what happens, people. Ice Beam.
Oh, you are... Yo! 1 HP! 1 HP! What the... Holy shit!
I think that I kind of went prepubescent there, seeing as my voice was ridiculously high, but I was super happy that I lived on 1 HP. That was ridiculous. As you can see, the theme of this match, me living on very low amounts of HP, and Rick getting mad. In any case, he's going to go out to his Lugia here, which is not too much of a problem for me, because I still have this guy, which is my Reshiram, and Reshiram has Shadow Ball with Specs. He is going to be weak to it, because he is Psychic type, which is perfect for me. Just going to go for the Shadow Ball, and hopefully take him down with it, with the Specs damage. I'm not quite sure if it will, because it's unstabbed, but he is going to switch to Fortress, which is going to be able to live the Shadow Ball, surprisingly. I guess not that surprisingly, but in the end, he's going to run. He's going to run at 2-2. He sees that Shadow Ball is going to be able to sweep Fortress and finish off his Lugia, as well as him being paralyzed and not being able to do much. So yeah, overall, that was a pretty cool game. I enjoyed it for a first 5th gen Ubers. Look at the 5th gen Ubers metagame. Definitely awesome to see how Zekrom and Reshiram both work out. They're both very interesting pokes, and I definitely look forward to using them more in the future. In any case, I think that's where I'm going to call it a day. If you want to check out my Let's Play channel, link will be in the description. I am currently uploading to Luigi Galaxy. Now that I'm home, I'm hoping to record a lot more of that and hopefully get finished with it. So keep your eyes out for those videos being uploaded very soon. I also have a couple of, one guest narration going up on the Acoustic Kinds channel in the near future, and I'll probably be doing some Mosh Pit battles sometime soon. So look out for all those. Otherwise, comment, rate, subscribe, like I always used to say, because I haven't been saying that recently for some reason. And I'm going to see all you guys later. Guten Tag.